so much for agreeing to do this. I am like hella excited. I've been so stoked. I even went to Five Below to see if I could find a boa, and I didn't. There wasn't one there. Hey tough mothers, we are here today with another fun creative workout for you. Again, we're trying to get you stuff that you can do in the house without a whole lot of equipment, but equipment when it's fun. So this is something I have been dying to do for the longest time. I've never done it. A pole workout, and I am super excited. So I've got Marin here. Marin actually competes this stuff. She is a rock star. I've never done it, so she's gonna look amazing and show me what to do and give you guys an idea of some things that you can do on the pole. And this is actually it's a pressurized pole.
Right, it is pressure mounted from the floor to the ceiling. So you just put it up, make sure it's nice and tight, and you're good to go.
So this is something you could actually get and have in your house. And there are also pole studios where they will actually come and do pole parties at your house, or right?
Yeah, chances are in your city there are probably multiple pole studios where you could go take classes with a bunch of other women and or men, and you all have a lot of fun building each other up, learning all the different moves and everything. But there are also online pole studios where you can learn things with YouTube videos or sign up for subscriptions to learn videos and just learn at your house too. So there's lots of options.
I'm super stoked, and we're gonna link this in the feed below so you can check out where you can get one of these bad boys. And Marin's gonna take me through a workout. I'm so excited.
All right, great. So the first thing, one of the main things with pole is making sure you have proper muscle engagement to make sure that you don't injure yourself. The main thing with pole that we're gonna be using is our lats here, and we're gonna make sure that when we're using our shoulders, I'm gonna turn around so you can see this, instead of doing a dead hang where your
Looks so good.
where your arms are up by your ears, we're gonna pull our shoulders down so that we're really engaging this muscle here. And you can see my shoulder comes down into like my pocket back here in my back. So the first thing that we're gonna do to practice that is we're gonna grab onto the pole and we're just gonna kind of dead hang here. And then you're gonna raise up, and you can keep your feet on the floor for this. And you're just gonna try and use your arms to pull your shoulders back and down. Number one, it gives you a lot better engagement with all of these shoulder and back muscles, but it also gives you a lot better posture. Nobody wants to watch anybody dancing like this. So you want to dance with nice posture, shoulders back and down. So I want you to grab onto the pole with both hands. You can leave your feet on the floor, and now pull your shoulders back and down. Yeah, and you can feel yourself raise up a little bit.
You know, I want my lats to look like yours, so.
It's a problem though, because then you can't fit in shirts.
Oh, it's okay. Yours look really good. I'd be fine with that.
And then what I want you to do is to switch your hands.
Okay.
Because then you get a little bit different muscle engagement
each
time you switch your hands, which one's on top and on bottom.
I feel that.
So what I want you to try and do is stand up on your tippy toes before you grab this time. And then I want you to see if when you pull your shoulders back and down, you can bring your feet off the floor.
Oh boy, all right.
So you're trying to get as high as possible without moving your hands.
Gotcha, okay.
Nice. So this is kind of a pull-up, but it's a totally different motion because you're not using your arms to pull yourself up, you're using these back and shoulder muscles. So now switch the hands and try a couple on the other side.
That's a workout, like seriously, we haven't done anything yet. I'm like, I totally feel that.
Yeah. And the thing with pole is you want to make sure you always do things on both sides so that you don't have like one giant side of your body that's super buff and then one side that's like super limp and crazy.
Awesome.
Nice,
like
very
it.
cool. Awesome. So now we're gonna do the basic pole move called a step around, and we're gonna keep our shoulder engagement in mind. We're not gonna just dead hang with our arms up by our ears. So our inside arm, our left arm, is gonna grab just at the height, as high as you can go without standing up on your tippy toes or whatnot. We're gonna make sure that shoulder is pulled back and down. Our right arm is gonna come across our chest and just grab with your thumb up, wrap around the pole. And then we're gonna put our right leg out and we're just going to lean forward and step around. And your hands will slide. As you can hear, mine are really grippy now that I put that grip on. So we're just right leg out, lean forward, and step.
Okay.
All right?
All right. She looked all cute when she did it.
So
Okay.
yeah,
We're Here, is that too high? Is that all right?
Nope, that's good. And then make sure to really engage that shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Now stick your right leg out and just lean forward and let yourself twirl around the pole.
Woo! That was fun.
Very good.
I think that was a lot cuter.
Yeah, do another one. And the other thing to remember when you are doing dance is to point your toes, because it looks so much prettier going around the pole with your toes pointed than having like weird flex feet. So, do one again. That first one looked good. Remember, nice proud shoulders.
All right.
Nice, very cool, very good.
That's fun.
So let's try it on the other side.
Okay.
So, yep, your left arm high, right arm in front of you. Yep, and just bring around. Great.
Yay.
That is the basic pole move. And so a step around is kind of the foundation for everything that you do in pole. So it's a great move to have. And even now, when I do pole workouts that have a lot of other advanced stuff in them, we almost always still start class with step arounds just to remember our fundamentals. So it's a good one to have. Okay, so now that we've done a couple of step arounds, we're gonna play with them a little bit more and see if we can go around the pole more than once. So what we're gonna do, and one thing to make sure that you rotate is to make sure you're not totally death gripped on the pole. You wanna, you wanna be safe, you wanna have a good grip on the pole, but if you loosen your grip a little bit, you'll get more rotation. So that's something to keep in mind. I have, instead of being right next to the pole as high as I can go, I'm gonna step out from the pole a little bit so that I can have a little bit more room. That'll give me more momentum to rotate. And I'm still gonna keep my hand here. You can do step arounds with one arm if you feel really comfortable. I'm gonna start here just so you guys can see. I'm gonna do my step around, and I'm gonna let myself go a little bit more.
That is so cool.
So you have to make sure you have good hand grip so that you can not fall when you leave your feet off the floor. So since my feet are coming completely off the floor, you gotta make sure you're nice and stable. So I'm just gonna let myself fly around the pole a little bit. Same thing on the other side. I'm just stepping a little bit farther away from the pole so I have a little bit more room. Both hands on, and then fly a little bit. Doesn't matter so much when you're first starting out what your legs are doing. So I'm just trying to keep my legs straight and pretty, but also they're just ready to touch the floor again in case I don't feel great about something. So come on over and try a couple of those.
Are you saying that you don't want to save my life if I fall off the pole? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Rachel?
Just have your feet ready to land in case you need to.
Okay, that looked like a lot of fun. Okay. All right, okay, good. All right, here we go. Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like it's a little pony kick. Okay.
You just gotta have your hands ready to rotate. They will
yeah,
slide
I feel like
around
I'm
the
doing
pole.
that death grip thing like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Very nice. That looks great. So, building on top of that, if you want to add some legs in, you can really get some quads going in here if you try and lift your legs as high as possible while you're spinning. So, what that would look like is like this.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
And your quads will start burning almost immediately. So, be aware of that. So, on both sides, once you've got a good rotation, you just try and lift your legs as high as you can. And then you come down when you can't hold it anymore.
Okay, okay. Does it look like, okay, so you weren't gripping here, you were like almost pushing.
When I want to get a little bit more rotation, instead of death grip down here, which stops your rotation, I kind of loosen my grip a little bit. This keeps me away from the pole so I don't just fling down into it, but not having a good grip right here allows you to rotate more, so it'll give you more momentum.
Gotcha.
Squeeze those quads.
My rotation wasn't like yours. I'm just kind of hanging there midair.
Well, just keep the farther out you get away from the pole, and the more you kick your leg around, the more rotation you'll get.
All right, here we go.
Nice. Very good.
That's fun.
Feel it in those quads?
I do feel it. I absolutely feel it. That's
I feel it right away. They start to like cramp up.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to think about everything at once. I'm like, wait, gotta get my legs up. Oh, wait.
So now we're gonna learn a fireman spin, which uses the same arm mechanics that we've already learned, but we're gonna bring our legs to the pole when we are spinning. So we're starting with our arms the same. Our inside arm is pulling back and down into our shoulder, and then our outside arm is either pressing or grabbing onto the pole. we're gonna do the same thing. We're going to lean forward, but when our feet come off the floor, we're gonna bring them to the pole so that they slide down like a fireman would slide down the fire pole. So we are using our outside leg to get our momentum, and then we bring it to the front of the pole. It's gonna be kind of on the back of your lower leg here. It may be a little bit sideways. It might be a little more vertical. Either way is okay, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And then once that comes to the front of the pole, our inside leg is going to come behind the pole. I like to lay it against my bone right here so that it's not like rolling over top the bone. That's kind of uncomfortable. So I have my knee on one side and my ankle on the other side. So our legs, when we put them both on the pole, will look kind of like this. So you kind of let the momentum carry you forward, and then when you're ready, you bring both feet to the pole. They're not really gripping very hard, because if you grip really hard, you'll stop spinning. They're just there to brace you against the pole. So one more time, bring them to the pole, and you can just slide all the way down to the ground, or if you don't feel comfortable with your hands, you can just bring them back to the floor when you're ready. So let's try that.
All right, I'm excited. Again, you like, when you're just like demonstrating, you're like, and you just bring your feet and you still look cute. All right, I feel like I can train and maybe I can look cute like Mary one day. It's all right, I can do it. Okay, here we go. So you, okay, I got it.
Outside leg comes on in front of the pole, and back leg, yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Other side, nice.
I think I did the wrong leg.
No, you had it right, you just hesitated a little bit.
Okay.
So your outside leg comes in front, and your back leg comes, or your inside leg comes behind.
Okay, I'm on it. This one, okay, yep, I'm on it.
Yep. Nice. It would probably help a little bit. It looks like with your inside leg, you're kind of trying to grip with your ankle. Okay. If you put more of your leg on the pole, it's more stable.
Gotcha.
So let's try that again.
I'll go back to the good side.
There you go.
I still feel like a spider monkey. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
your leg position looks pretty good there, though. Pretty nice. Cool.
That's awesome. That's fun.
It is fun. It's fun, and there are so many different moves that you can do. We're gonna do one more, and the only reason we're gonna attempt this today is because I know Surya is very physically fit. If this is the first time you've ever done pole and you're just trying it at home alone in your basement, be careful because you can really injure yourself, and I just wanna make sure nobody gets hurt. Basically, best case scenario, you'd go to a pole studio and they would teach you all these things in person so they could help you and move your body parts around into the right spots and make sure you're engaging properly. But I do know a lot of polers who have taught themselves at their homes, so you just have to be careful if you're trying to teach yourself. So I'm gonna teach you how to go upside down.
Sweet.
So we're gonna do a basic invert. And like I said, the only reason I'm gonna teach you is because I know you're strong and you know stuff. So our hands are gonna be totally different for this. We are going to hug the pole, like real close, like you wanna be best friends with it. So we're gonna do, one arm is wrapped around and you're really squeezing the pole between like your bicep and your chest. It's kind of in your armpit. And then we're gonna grab around the pole with that inside hand. Our outside hand is just gonna come on top. And then we are going to pick our legs up. So all of our weight is in this arm here and our hands. And then we're just gonna tuck our legs, and we're gonna start with that. From there, we'll go upside down, but we're gonna start with the tuck. After the tuck, you will lower your chest and invert. And then you will come back down nice and slow. You don't want to just fling yourself down, because then
I love how she says nice and slow, like she's got some kind of faith in me.
So what we're gonna do first, the prep for it, we're just gonna get our hands correct on the pole, and then we're gonna lift our feet off the ground. Okay. As high as you can go.
All right. Okay.
You got this. So you wanna squeeze it into your armpit here as much as possible. Nice good grip on your hands, and then lift your legs up. Nice.
That work?
Very good.
Okay.
Yep, that's good. So then from there, once you have your legs up, you're gonna tip your chest back. So this arm is gonna loosen a little bit to allow yourself to come back and down, and your legs are gonna come up over your head. And the thing with your legs is, you don't wanna straighten them until your butt is over your head.
Gotcha.
Because if you straighten them out here, it's a lot harder to get them over your head.
How many of you have said that at some point in your life? You don't want to straighten your legs until your butt is over your head. Like, I like that quote. I feel like we should put that on a t-shirt somewhere. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's great, yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna lift our legs up, chest comes back, and then we straighten our legs. Then we're gonna curl them back in and come back down nice and slow.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna stand behind you and just kinda make sure things don't flail around.
Okay, I trust you. I don't want to hurt you though.
You won't, you're tiny. So, chest back.
My chest isn't back.
So what you're gonna do is make sure that you're really tight right here,
okay.
So then you can lower your chest a little bit. If you stay right here, it's gonna be really hard. You have to lift your butt so high.
I was too close in there?
Yeah, okay. So if you let your chest lower, your butt doesn't have to come up as high.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so really squeeze your hips in. Yeah.
The issue was just that I had the wrong side. That was the whole problem.
I mean, that is a thing in pole.
We're gonna go with that.
Also, bring your hands down a little bit lower.
Okay.
Yeah, that should help a little bit.
All right.
Up, squeeze. There you go, nice.
I'm like, I feel like you were farther up safety.
Well, I'm a lot taller than you,
too. Don't try to make me feel better, Rachel.
Yeah. No, but that was a really good one. That was more than you, that was more vertical than you got on the other one. So that's awesome.
That's awesome though, but I can feel that everywhere. So I can feel that in my abs, I can feel that in my arms, I can feel it in my legs.
Yeah, there's a lot of muscle groups. Okay, so we've put the pole on spin. This pole has two different settings, static, where the pole does not spin and you have to spin your hands around the pole. And it also has a spin function. So now the pole is spinning, and when I hold on, my hand will stay in the same spot, but the pole will be moving. So just to show you a step around like that, you can spin a lot and my hands don't have to move. And as long as I can hold on, I can just keep spinning indefinitely, forever, until the pole finally stops 3 years from now. So the spin pole is a little bit different because you have to make sure your hands are really feeling good. If they're not feeling good, you will start sliding and sliding and sliding, and you'll just go to the ground. When you're doing static pole, that's a good thing because your hands sliding keeps you going. With this, you gotta make sure they are locked in place and not moving. So we're gonna do the same step around, but we're gonna do it on spin just so you can see what it feels like. So we're making sure we're nice and engaged in this shoulder. This hand is actually grabbing onto the pole now rather than pressing, because you're gonna want that little bit of extra stability. And then we'll do a step around. You can just kind of let your feet float a little bit if you want. And come down when you're ready. Make sure that you don't push off really hard. If you push off really hard here and you try to get a lot of momentum going, you spin really fast. And more things that you do get you going faster and faster. So,
whoa.
You don't want that right now. So go ahead and just do a step around. Let your feet float a little bit and feel the motion of the pole spinning on its own.
Okay.
Nice.
Really fast. Am I going really fast? It feels fast.
It always feels really fast.
I feel like I should be spotting something.
It does. It really does help because you can get super dizzy doing spin pole. So if you find something to spot, especially if you're a dancer and you know how to spot, that'll be super easy for you. If you don't have any experience with dancing, you want to find something in the room that you look at every time you come around, and that'll help keep you from getting busy and losing where you're at in the room. So if we just look at a spot on the wall back there, then every time we come around, we're looking for that spot on the wall so that we know where we're at in the room, and it helps keep you from getting too crazy dizzy and wanting to throw up.
Okay, I'm gonna try it on the other side and spotting. Okay, look for my spot. Ooh, that's a lot harder on that side. That's with that left hand. I need to work on my left grip strength. It's a big difference.
Yeah, it depends on which hand you use in everyday life, but usually that's your better hand for pole because it's just stronger from using pencils and eating and everything like that. So you definitely find you have one stronger side, one weaker side. So if you want to get crazy, you can try this side, lifting your legs up as well, and hold it as long as you can. So lift them up and just hold and hold and hold until your thighs are dying. Then you come down.
Okay. like I'm spinning fast.
You're spinning very fast, yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah, you're going pretty
It's
fast.
a lot of fun though. Like,
It
how
is
come
fun.
I'm going so fast?
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with where your weight is. The
Oh,
farther
'cause
away
you were
from the
farther
pole,
away.
the
Okay.
farther away from the pole you are, the slower you go. So just to show you what that looks like, this is a move that we do a lot to work on our arm strength. So when you're all out, it's slower. As soon as you spin in, it starts going faster.
Oh, that's
Out is
awesome.
slower, in is faster. So there are a lot of moves that you do that you find you'll spin a lot faster when you go into one move, then you'll come out of it and you'll
I
spin a lot
love
slower.
that. That is so cool. That's
So
awesome.
with that one, if you want to try it, we're grabbing the same way we were in that very first exercise to pull our shoulders back and down. So you want to start with your both hands right next to each other, pulling your shoulders back and down. And you start out, you're just going to kind of let yourself spin. This doesn't have a specific good way to step around. You just kind of have to push off a little bit with your back foot to start yourself spinning. And you're just going to keep your shoulders nice and engaged, but your body is out. And then you pull, 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 and zip everything together so you're in this nice hollow body. And then back out. Your shoulders are still engaged. This is not a dead hang. Your shoulders are still up and back. And then you pull, 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 zip it all together. It is easier with your inside hand higher. So if you were gonna do a step around, but instead you just turn into the pole and we're gonna rotate this way.
Okay.
You want basically like your back arm higher.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so then I don't want to do this.
That is what you wanna do.
Okay.
But make sure your hands are next to each other. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
And then pull, 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 pull. Nice. And then do it again.
Oh, I just slipped right down. I'm like, you were away from the pole though. I'm like hugging and my feet are on it and everything.
The great thing is that there is a type of pole for everyone. I really like power tricks and like really strong stuff. If you like contemporary dance or lyrical dance, you can turn everything into a gorgeous piece. And you can also do the sexy side. You can put on heels. So many polers wear the giant stripper heels and you can use those in your routines and they are super great. Shoes like this, these are Cody's, so they're a little large. Unless you're a guy, then they would probably fit great. But you can wear giant heels, you can do lots of really sexy moves, you can do strength moves, you can do beautiful dance. There's a type of pole for everyone, so it's great.
Well, I love it. Thank you so much. I have wanted to do this for the longest time and I am like, I think I'm hooked. Like seriously, it's great. So mamas, again, there is another fun type of workout. I'm all about just giving you different types of workouts that you can do and have a good time with it because your life is chaotic enough. You got enough going on. This should be a fun part of your life. So everybody go try some pole.
Make some new friends, it's awesome.